And we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Boom, boom. James Kirkpatrick, thank you. Thank you. Up and ready to watch the awesome stand. Well, thank you for the kind words. I truly appreciate it. Downtown Ernie Brown in the house. My good brother Skins and Scales. Again, thank you for the comments, the kind words. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. LG Bass in the house. All my good buddies are in here today. Missy Kennedy, I'm telling you, I love all you people. Thank you, thank you. As you can see by the title and by the disappointment in my face, I am not on the water today. And I hate second guessing myself because it doesn't appear as bad as what they're calling for. We got 5 people in the house so far. I'll let a few more people come in so I don't gotta harp on it too many times. But great to see everybody. Missy, Tom, Ron, James, and Ernie, and everybody else that's coming in. Thank you so much. We were supposed to be going out in the boat this morning, and there's thunderstorms that are supposed to be coming all morning, I think up to like 1 when I looked at the weather report. So the boat was out, and we were going to try to go to the bank, but with thunderstorms, if it was just like 1 hour, we were going to go ahead and do it, but it was scheduled to be all morning. So we kind of unfortunately called off the trip to the river this morning. And as you can tell, I'm not happy about it. Can everybody hear me okay? Fishing with the Chad. Good morning, good morning. Lucas Pennington, how are you today? All right, Ernie, thank you. Yeah, if it was just rain, would have went, but thunderstorms. Tried to make the adult decision, but not happy with myself, I guess. You know how I am. I do the do. Mountain Dew, your people call my people. Got Uptown Chrissy Brown in the house. Lucas is watching me and Circle Hook. Oh, that's right. Circle Hook is he doing a tournament or is he just out fishing? Hey, Mo Creek, how's it going? How they say one thing and it don't even happen. Yeah, they were at what time was it? 3 o'clock in the morning or so. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It was still scheduled like thunderstorms out to 1 o'clock. Now they're still saying that it's like a 70% chance between now and like 10 and 11 o'clock to having thunderstorms. Larry Oliver's in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Uncle Lou's in the house. 17 people. Luther, good morning. Good morning. Stuck at work today, so I'll be in and out. Yeah, I thought you were working today, and Then with the weather, I keep looking out the window thinking it's gonna change. Kentucky Redneck Outdoors, how you doing today? Nah, I'm just a little stuffed up this morning. I think it's the allergies or something. And good morning, by the way, Tim. Thanks for coming in. So, how about everybody out there? What do y'all do with how do y'all go with the weather? Lee Evans, good morning, good morning. Michael Murillo, what's up? How you doing? RJ Emerson. Ooh, that's just a whole bunch of them jumped. Somerset, Kentucky in the house. Well, thank you for coming in. Got us a bunch of Kentucky people this morning. That's awesome. 25 awesome people. Where'd it go? If you can't change it, don't worry about it. Weather is out of control and above our pay grade, that's for sure. Michael Murillo, been sitting here drinking coffee, thinking about going fishing, but I hate Miss Stand Day. Well, go fishing. You got the chance to go fishing, you go fishing. LG Bass, I don't mess with lightning. Had a really close call this year. Don't want to do that again. Yeah, and if it was just like a 1 hour thing, I probably would have said, okay, let's go. But when that whole morning chart said thunderstorms all morning, I don't know. Ernie Brown, have to get breakfast and start digging some more. I know you've got the got some issues at the house you're taking care of. Enjoyed watching Lauren catch that beast yesterday, Michael. Yeah, that is. I love that we're doing a lot with kids and the kids tournaments and promoting that next generation. I know y'all know me with weather. I don't really worry too much about it most of the time. But then when it's you're bringing your son and stuff out there, and you think of lightning for however many hours. But anyways, Lucas Pennington, I've always done really good fishing in storms, but I normally fish from my Jeep in storms. Well, and that's the other thing. I can't fry another phone right now. If your thunder is like out last night, you would be fine. Yeah. I mean, we went 2 Sundays ago. It was thunder and lightning, but we looked at it chart and it was all around where we were. It was off in the distance, so Thank you, Palmetto. If only it was a blizzard, I'd be out there in shorts. Yeah, fishing in storms. You almost always catch some of the biggest fish have came that way. The only time I don't like that is when you have a severe cold front come in with that storm, and you get a really quick big temperature drop, and you can kind of feel that you feel the pressure in the air. That's that's always been no bueno. But Michael Murillo, I stood there and cried. I was so happy. Cried the whole way home too. Lauren was wore out. Ernie Brown's rough work for old guys. Chad, I hope you made D a good Sunday morning breakfast. Valerie Irwin, good morning. Great to see you, Valerie. Speaking of lightning, she posted a post on Facebook of a boat with a rod from the boat that had been struck by lightning. So I was funny because I kind of thought about that as we were deciding to not go. Great job on real-time fishing last night. Oh, thank you, Skins. That's the least I could do. Glad to help out with that. Got pork chop in the house. The whole thing just jumped. Thunder and lightning. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing? Thank you very much. Missy saying they didn't have rain like 5 minutes. Well, boom, boom, boom. James Kirkpatrick, thank you very much. The DC fun. Mike Turner's in the house. What's up? Great to see you. Yeah, they are something. John Parker and his wife Dana, they real-time catfishing. I think that takedown tower, I think that's going to be awesome. It's all right, Bob. I just got a message from Bob, Fins and Finds. Huh. It's still not letting him. Saying that he's blocked from the channel. We gotta, let me get caught back up here real quick. I think I saw Realville in here. How's it going, Realville? Yeah, that picture was something else. Yeah, lightning is a powerful thing. DC Fund, yes, they're going to have another meet and greet coming up here in a few months in the fall. So I am definitely going to make it to that one. I've already talked that out with them up there, so. Funny, never dull with him and his wife, and you throw past her, and then that's just a fun group. Evan, TV's in the house. Good morning, my young friend. How you doing today? Real time is the young and the restless. And he's got such concern to put out, he wants to put out a very professional, the best product, and he gets really intense about it. So, but I think that fishing tower, that takedown tower, I think everybody in here has seen that with real-time catfishing. He's got a tower set up and it's hooked to the pole, and as it gets a bite, it's going to lift the bobber up inside it so you can see how far the takedown is. I think it's an awesome idea. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can promise that I would have eaten it by the time that somebody gets there. As much as I would like to save it, but I'll make new when you get here. Cody from 3+1 Outdoors. Great job with the kids tournament this past weekend. Talking about that. Love supporting that next generation, and that's the way to do it, is make it fun for them. So awesome job. Good morning, 1 stand, 2 stands, red stand, blue stand. And I'm feeling blue this morning. You can probably even hear it in my voice. I was so looking forward to going out fishing, and sometimes it's not easy making the adult decisions. Kevin, I'm not like Chad. I'd wait till you get here and fix it. Chat is flying for only 22 people. Chad said we didn't have any service yesterday. Watching Michaels now. Brown, Kevin, I mean, you never know. You never know what Chad would fix. He's been hanging with J-Dog. Safety first, as much as we hate it, Stan. Yeah, I know. And like I said, making the adult decisions isn't easy sometimes. And if it was just a little bit of one little thunderstorm passing through, probably would have still went. But they are calling for continuous thunderstorms throughout the day. But right now it was supposed to be bad out there, and it's not. So I don't know. Shad head and eggs. All right, Missy. Hey, I got a question. Do moderators have any way to check my channel to see who's blocked? Because somehow it's saying that Bob from Fins and Finds. If you want to go to the Potomac in the next couple weeks, Isabella and I will buy the bait and the Mountain Dew. No, only I can do that. All right. I'm going to try to do that in a second. 33 awesome people. because it could have happened accidentally. Where I think it could have happened right if you're scrolling, moderator scrolling, and I thought he was a moderator on my channel, so. In YouTube Studio. Thank you, Tim. It's YouTube Studio or settings. Thank you, thank you. Wax worm and eggs with a little bait paste. Hey, Hilljack Catfishing in the house. Good morning, Hilljack. Thank you for coming in. Moderators don't have any access to that. Only hosts can block people. Hey, there's Betty. How's it going, Betty? Great to see you. Thank you for coming in this morning. Good morning, TJ. Hooks and Hammond. What's a moderator? Mods can block people, just can't unblock them after that stream. I wonder if that's what happened. $39 awesome people watching. Give me just 1 second, because I want to try to make sure that, because I've had a couple other people say something about not being able to come on. So let me just double check to see if somebody is blocked like that. I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was just trying to see if I could find it. I'll take care of that after the live. So we got Avid in the house. How's it going, Avid? I was just trying to. Bob Fins and Finds had sent me a message that he was still unable to. He was still unable to chat, like he was blocked from the channel, and there was a couple other people that were having issues the other night. And I know that it's happened to a couple other people on some other channels, so I was just trying to see if there was the blocked list, if I had people on it somehow. Bill Ponget, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. I know Chad needs a big pair of hater blockers. Yeah, I'm still back. I was just, like I said, I was checking on that. Hill Jack is leaving. Catch y'all sometime. All right, Hill Jack, thanks for coming in. See, Chad, I told you got to get those solar shields. The official hater blockers of Stand Day. He means me and Avid speak. Fish with the Chad Avid's here. I didn't notice. All right, I put the link up in there again. If anybody feels like jumping up and talking, if not, it's all right. Bring Chad on live. Yeah, Chrissy, I was going to ask that too. Says, good morning, Avid. Did you send a new friend request? No, I didn't think so, because when you clicked on it, it was just basically an empty page, and it only had like one knife making company as his friend. Yeah, just delete it. That's what I did, Chrissy. Take you down a notch. You'll go from 4'11" to 4'6". Wow. Audience is chanting. There's a fake account. That's what I thought, Avid. Fishing with the squirrels in the house. Good morning, squirrel. How's it going? For those just coming in, we had Thunderstorms scheduled here today, so unfortunately made the adult decision to not go out. We were going to go out in the boat, but then with the weather being as bad as it was supposed to be, we said no boat, and then we decided just to not even go. That is awful mean to say. I don't know why y'all are saying that. Chad offered to make palmetto breakfast. He's just been such a nice person. Fishing Frustrations in the house. How's it going? There's Miss Rebecca. I don't think she has slept yet. We were on with Brian B last night to 3 in the morning or so, I think. And then her and Brian B went over on Mark's channel after that. So Shad Head and Grits. Mm-mm. Yeah, well, thank you, Realville. I know we were thinking about it, and it just I don't know. And then you second guess yourself because, like, man, I should have went. Solo Texan, hello, Stan and everyone. How's it going? I'm getting home from work and getting ready for church. Well, I'm glad you stopped in. It's going. We just sitting here having a little Sunday morning chat. Terry Wagner, good morning from Big Hook Catfishing, California. Dale Hayslip in the house. Good morning, good morning. Y'all be nice to Chad. Chad is my 4th favorite host on Thursday nights. Oh, man. Nope. Come on. I don't like the people thinking they're the funniest one in the room. Richard Jarvis, good morning, good morning. Who did I miss here? Hey, Casters, Fish and Whales, good morning. Thank you for coming in. Aluminum Boats and Lightning. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mike. I got that. They hide it in there, don't they? What the fruit? 41 awesome people in this morning. Got everybody saying hi. Mo Barrett, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Catfishing Curtis in the house. Hey, there's Mrs. Skins. How you doing this morning? Thank you, thank you. Catfishing Curtis, been on the fish lately. Scott. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Miss Kennedy had dinner yesterday. Fit for a queen. Green beans, mac salad, slaw, taters, cornbread, and topped off with nana bread. Chad was one of the first to blue wrench Tim Molina. After Friday, you should hit him again. Did you have a good day out, Realville? Catfish and Curtis got 2 Friday night. One on an eelhead. One was on an eelhead. 6.5 and 8 pounds. All right, way to go. The secret flathead hole. Hey, there's Citation Smitty. How's it going? They went down with Stand 3 and Grn Mchn yesterday, and they were all catching some flounder and a bunch of other fish down there in salt water. Stand 3 came back with a flounder, a doormat, it was over 25 inches long, 26 inches long, something like that. But that flounder was thick. So I got 4 big, beautiful flounder fillets out of that. Yeah, Miss Becca's got to be tired. That's good flounder in the fridge, ready to eat tonight. Yeah, I saw yours too. That was a nice one, Smitty. Can't type today. Arthritis has my fingers. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Robert James, did you sleep yet? 2 stands? Yeah, I slept. I got a couple hours of sleep. That's right. Ain't no sleep for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. Got bills to pay. That's a good song. Anyways, Uncle Lou says, I should have went live yesterday. Y'all could have watched a 12-year-old get whooped by channel cats. Skeletor's in the house. Great to see you. Yeah, and I don't think Rebecca even got the 2 hours because she went on somebody else's live after we got off of Brian B's, and that was already 3 or 4 in the morning, so. Yeah, that's what most people say. Skeletor to God. They like that name. Scott McCaffrey. Be back in a few. Got to get boat unloaded and put gear up. All right, all right. No, Tim, they're skin and scales, who you've seen us fish back in December and January. We went fishing a bunch of times there with skins in his boat from North Carolina. So there's skins and scales. And then there is, where'd she go? Then there's Mrs. Skin and Scales. Oh, well, we've got somebody in the. Just notice we have a guest here in the basement. let's bring him up and see what he has to say.
Hey,
Good
everybody.
morning there. Good morning, Hooks. How's it going?
Oh, it's not bad. How are you doing today, Stan?
I'm hanging in there. As you can tell, I like to go fishing, and when I don't go, it's get you. But anyways, I'm doing the next
Yeah,
thing. We're here talking, so
I wanted to go. I wanted to go this morning too, and Telly's got some stuff she wants to do. She's gonna make some food today. That I was like, you know what? Everybody really likes those cooking with Telly videos, so we're gonna make a few videos today.
awesome.
But I kind of wanted to come up, and I want to tell everybody if you're not sub to the Chad, then you're wrong. He's at like 753 right now, and he should be so much more.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm glad you brought that up, Hooks, because I just so happen to have Chad's Fishing with the Chad's link out in my description.
Well, I'm glad you do.
Yes, I heard you got to spend a little time with him yesterday, right?
Yes. So, Chad and I like to go back and forth a lot. And, somebody had made the comment a few weeks back. It may have been Chad himself. I don't know. He's like, man, you guys, everybody's going to think we hate each other. And I was like, well, that's what I want them to do. Chad and Dee have become pretty good friends with us. And, we appreciate everything. They've helped us out. And, they went camping with us. And they're good people. And that bait shop show is one of the best shows on during the week. I look forward to that show every week. And if he ever cancels it, I'm going to kick him in the knee. But
yes, you can always count on a good time on Thursday night at the bait shop. And that's truly what that's like. It's like you are hanging out at the bait shop with your friends, busting everybody's bananas, and you just what does everybody do? Well, of course you you that's an awesome cup you have there.
yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't
it? Is that available? Where can we get those hooks and hammocks?
Well, you can get the hooks and hammocks mug on the Teespring site, with whatever it's called now, Spring, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The bottom is modified.
I like it. I like it.
There's another good one right there, Uncle. I mean, now everybody's great, but Uncle Lou's done a lot for this community.
Oh, unbelievable. So yes.
Waiting on the bluegill tournament.
Now, after all the nice things he was just saying, Chad, that's the comment you come back with.
But that's what I like, He sent me a text a little bit ago, said he was going to kick my butt, and I said, you can't get your leg that high.
Yeah, it's this catfishing family is something else. It's never ceases to amaze me. Just some awesome people all the way around.
Well, I don't remember. I think before I came up here, I think you had right around 40 people in here. And if you guys haven't checked out Chad, go check Fishing with the Chad. Go check out his channel. His Thursday night show is awesome. It doesn't matter. I mean, he made a joke last week, I think it was, that, he's done however many shows it is he's done, and they've never had a talking point or an agenda, but that's what's great about it.
Yep. And it's not easy. It's not easy going into a show with you know, without having something. Okay, we're going to talk about this. We're going to. It's not henceforth this morning. It's you find yourself just kind of running down the chat and seeing what people are saying and saying hello to people, but to actually do that and make it come out as entertaining as the Chad does, that's truly says a lot about him. There's my good friend Real Time Catfishing. Good morning, good morning. We got Bullock Experience in the house. Who else just jumped in here? It's not easy being cheesy. Well, some people do that cheesy part really well.
Well, I didn't want to stay up here too long. I just wanted to come up here and talk about Chad a little bit in a good way this time.
Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you, thank you.
I would like to see Chad get up here if he's not too busy. I'd like him to get up here and start making fun of me and some other people, because that's what we all look forward to.
Does yes? Does Chad have a rebuttal for the kind words?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. But I'm going to stop. I'm going to hop off, and I'll be in chat.
All righty.
Oh, here, let's take one more drink of coffee.
Well, that's a big drink right there. That one was got the point across, I think.
All right, we'll see you, Stan. Thanks for
having
having me.
Great to see you. Well, that was not what I was expecting. Time we need to. It certainly is. Hey, Craig, how's it going? Much love. Just dropping in to say hello, brothers. Going to the range and then the woods. Much love to stands and chats. Thank you, thank you. Uncle Lou. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that. Each and every one of you that do these shows and lives are great for the community. These things aren't easy. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a true blessing to me. That's right, James. Uncle Lou being amazing as always. That's right, Realville. Got the tackle. He's got the rods. Got the planer boards. The planer boards are awesome. I've not had a lot of experience with other planer boards, but I have seen some, and the Uncle Lou boards pull awesome. You can put a good amount of weight on them, and even with light, even with light speed, they just pull right out. So just awesome boards. Unless it's changed, Realville, as of right now, he carries rods, planer boards, and all the terminal tackle. No line. Thank you, Skins. There's Uncle Lou's YouTube page. He does YouTube now too, so we definitely want to check him out. There's my good friend John Parker, Real Time Catfishing. Y'all want to check out his video from the other day describing his the takedown tower. It's a new game that he came up with on the lives. It's a tower that's hooked to the pole, and as it gets a bite, you can see how it's got 4 different categories on there, and you can see how the bite goes up and down. But his link is also out in the description. So if you haven't gone over there yet, that's going to be coming up and being modified and worked on, and that's going to be just awesome. Everybody hit that like button. So I think I saw, appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you so much. I think I saw that we have people live fishing today. Oh, yep. Timmy from Chesapeake Bay Catfishing went live. And who do we say? Circle Hook Productions is out fishing live from the kayak. Going to get ready for church. Love y'all. Love you too, my friend. Hopefully Pastor keeps the sermon at least in a manageable a manageable time frame. I'm sure you're going to hear about all those monster catfish that Pastor caught yesterday, but let's see. Yeah, it basically works out that way, Rebecca. Stand 3, I showed it the last time we went out, but he put him in a Plano box, one of the big Plano boxes, and he had his the Uncle Lou's hooks, and the whole thing was Uncle Lou's stuff. It was the hooks, the swivels, some beads, the different kinds of beads, the rattles, the whole thing, different size hooks, and it was all like in one Plano box. And actually, Stand 3 had won that in the last 7-7 bank tournament. Skin and Scale. John, give the pastor some love for us for catching fish for us yesterday. Of course, you know, John would say, Mr. John would be saying, those weren't fish, they were too small. They were too small to even be bait. Circle Hook Productions is killing it this morning. I tell you what, the kayak, you know, with Stand 3 going kayak and Grn Mchn, Ryan Bortz, all of them, but Stand 3 and Grn Mchn especially, seeing them, you know, being right here with them, I almost think that it's an advantage fishing out of a kayak. You can fish the shallower water a little bit more stealthy. Everything is right there. You got your rods right there. Relaxing Frustrations. Good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, it's the point that I would love to be able to fish from the kayak. Mike Turner just getting home from work. Old Boy Outdoors, good morning, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Oh. Need a good boat. Yep. That'll be coming. That'll be coming. Kayak good to fish in around for Sheep's Head too. Yeah. Like I said, Grn Mchn and Stand 3 and Citation Smitty that was in here before, they went to saltwater in the bay for some flounder and stuff yesterday and in the kayaks, and they were killing it. Yes, I need to catch a fish though. It's been too long. Get off the bank on their own boat. We have another person stopping in here this morning. I'm sure that we're most of us are familiar with him. Here we go. Let's see. Are you ready? We'll put him in here. There he is. Whoa! Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And how are you today, my friend?
Oh man, I thought I left my coffee in the house.
That would be bad.
The bottom of my cup is universal.
Oh, you gotta love it. So we got Chadley. I'm waiting for the comments, but they're not.
Yeah, y'all ain't so brave now, are you? Face to text and y'all.
I know.
You and Chris trying to make me cry this morning. It was going to be an ugly cry like you the other night.
Yeah, that was ugly. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I'm that emotion on the sleeve kind of guy. When you get, I'm like, all right, I got this, I got it, and then Mark, and then it's like, all right, too late, it's gone.
That's long. You know, you worked so hard to finally get there. It was well deserved, brother.
Well, thank you. Here they come now. Palmetto Cat, is he wearing a hoodie?
It feels like fall right now. We had low 90s all week, and then that storm that passed through like southern Ohio, it pushed a cold front here.
Yeah.
I was actually out here shivering. I thought about going in the backyard and making a bonfire last night and this morning.
Michael Murillo. Hey, there's my 13th favorite ginger.
God, what does it take to get on the top of these guys' list? All I get is bashing.
Oh, you're on the top of their list. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong list though, and it's like I don't have the hater blockers like you have. I have prescription hater blockers, and they don't always work very well.
Palmetto saying it's 87 out here already. Yeah, I'm in contacts. I'm in talks with Solar Shields to be the official hater blockers of Stand Day. So, and for those that don't know the Solar Shields, you just watch some of my lives. Those are the old people. They fit right over top of your other glasses. So
I have to find. I found them the other day, and I don't know where I seen them at, but I have some that I had from like 20 years ago that would be perfect for this.
But they really work good because they block the polarized, and it blocks all that. You get that little light on the side sometimes coming through. But man, when it blocks everything like that, you can really see. You can really see all the hate coming at you.
Yeah, well, I have trouble finding cool ones that work because I'm close enough to blind without my glasses. I can't wear them. I can't wear regular sunglasses. So.
Avid fisherman, Solar Shields don't work for you or Chad. I don't know what we did to Avid.
Avid who? Never heard of her.
It used to be so nice to us, and then just all of a sudden one day, I don't know.
I don't know what happened to him. He used to be a good supporter and a very friendly person, and then it just like something changed in him, and I think somebody got a clear picture of him out in the woods and are threatening to turn it into the government that Sasquatch really exists, and now he's upset with the world.
They actually got a hair sample that they got from the tree, and Hook says
Look.
Chad needs to cover more than just his eyes.
You know, the guy calls me Friday night and asks me, where I'm fishing. And yesterday morning, on Saturday morning, I told him, and he's like, please, can we come be with you? Please. I mean, he begged me for like 30 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I was like, fine.
As long as Kelly comes
into my
with you,
area.
right?
And that the spot that I took him was top secret locations, and normally you can just bust fish left and right. That's the problem with it. There is no cell phone service, so we can't go live. But having Chris on that stretch of the river, it was just like all the fish just shut down and left. I don't get what it was. Happened on Lake Barkley too when he was with me. We was expecting, big monstrous, numerous fish, but then Chris got on the boat and all we could catch was snags. I don't know. I ain't saying he's ugly, but
all the old ladies in Iowa wear those solar shield sunglasses. Oh my goodness. Got Missy Kennedy even. All right, Citation Smitty, we'll see you later. Realville Catfishing. Chad, where you fish? Where you fish, man?
So we fish. We're in northern Kentucky, right below Cincinnati. Normally fish anywhere from the Markland Dam down to the Meldal Dam, that stretch of river. But we've been starting to travel a little bit more, so trying to get out and find some new places. But that's our primary spot along that part of the Ohio River.
Yeah, it's
I did.
J420. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I know. I would be concerned making sure that Telly got home safely too.
Well, when we left, it started pouring rain. It started raining as soon as we got the boats on the trailers and went to go get everything unloaded. It started raining. We pulled out and it started pouring rain, and they had about a 2-hour drive home. So I had to make sure my sweet friend Telly Lee got home safe, and that she didn't beat the living snot out of Chris for having to be in a vehicle with him that long. Missy used to be a sweet person. She's starting to turn on me.
Yeah, I tell you. I don't know if he said
I'm an elf.
Chris, haven't you learned Chad is, I don't know if that's supposed to be selfish or elfish, but either way, I think he's taking a shot there.
Have you seen how tall Chris is? He's very elfish. James Albaugh.
James, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I was thinking about James the other day. I hadn't seen him. He must be busy. I haven't seen him around a whole lot.
And he's the night owl a lot. And when it was the nighttime shows, Lynn was doing the show and stuff. He was in there quite a bit.
That's the after hour shows when the Chad's asleep and getting his beauty rest.
Chad and Stan need them old woman glasses. Hook says that he's 6'3".
Yeah, on a 6-foot step ladder.
Eddie G, good morning. Great to see you in, my friend. 30 awesome people still watching.
I will say it was nice to see Chris and Telly get their new boat out for the first time on the river. This is the best time of the year if you're going to be a new boat owner on the Ohio to kind of get used to it. There's a little bit of current. The boat traffic yesterday wasn't too bad until we started leaving, so it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's hit or miss here. You'll have some days where it's just every person in Virginia is on the river, and then other days you expect it and there's like nobody there. So
yeah. Well, I didn't think about it. My boat, I'm hopefully going to be getting a new prop here soon. I'm going to downsize the pitch on the prop because I'm not getting up on plane with my boat. So I got too much beauty when I'm in it to weigh the boat down, we'll say. So yeah. I'm going to go with a smaller pitch. People are telling me that will help me get that acceleration going. I'm not getting any RPMs. So my boat going downstream yesterday, we hit 12.5 miles an hour. That was our top speed. So I was like, yeah, we're moving now.
Woohoo!
Chris and Telly just fly by, and then they would slow down because they're still breaking in the boat. And not me, I'm full throttle, and I'm still kicking up some nice wake from my motor and stuff.
Yeah.
And I passed by them, and about a minute later, D goes, "Oh my God, look what you just did!" I look back, and that boat's going like this. I was like, that's what they got to get used to the bass boaters and the barges and the pleasure boaters.
I was gonna say they're back there like this. There's other people, damn pleasure boaters, cursing you out.
I really expected this morning. He posted a video. I really expected a video of me dancing. They followed us in, and I stood up in the boat, and I don't know what it's called, the tonto, and then the tonto. Yeah. I was doing the tonto on the boat and doing this and that. I really expected, jump on it. I was really expecting some video from it, but he was being responsible.
Well, hey, small miracles. Realville catfishing. Chad, come fish with me.
Realville, message me and let's see how. I can't remember where you're at.
Now wait a minute. If you're coming to the James to fish with anybody,
is that where he's at?
Yeah, he's local right here with me.
Oh, that's a long haul.
Yeah.
And wait, I'd have to go through them West Virginia roads, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of outskirt around it, but
yeah, well, the West Virginia route has kind of been banned after we went to Lake Wiley. That was, God, I thought our roads were rough.
Yeah, there's and Pennsylvania roads are like that too, but at least with up there that's so much snow all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with the northern states, a lot of times the road being bad, that's just that's guaranteed. That's making sure you've got work. So you're the road crew in the wintertime. You're make sure you mess those roads up as bad as you can, so that all spring and summer long you got work to do fixing them.
I think that's a government thing. I think they say you can only do the half grade material, not the good grade material, so that we can get more tax money next year.
Let's trip Chad and see if he bounces. Wow.
So violent. I've never said a mean thing to him either.
Ernie Brown. Well, I can say Chad will always look up to me.
I do. You haven't met Ernie, but Ernie's a character, man. But he's a one heck of a dude.
Yeah, he's support. He's out there supporting everybody and everybody's chat. And Uptown, and he's with Uptown Chrissy Brown. Gotta love them both.
She's a saint.
Well, she has to be. Imagine to put up with Ernie that many years. That's it takes a special person for that.
Mm-hmm.
Realville saying West Virginia ain't that bad.
Besides the road in Indiana, the interstate that was like an off-road dirt track. Yes. When I'm driving down the road and I look back and my back tires on the trailer for the boat are coming off of the ground, that road is bad. It was bad.
Missy Kennedy says, "Oh no, wait a minute. That's my roads. Well, our West Virginia roads teach you old folks how to drive." Yeah, you don't want to mess with Missy.
Well, I got to tell you, the only road that was worth, and I think it's 65 north going to Chicago, where literally I thought it was like a Dukes of Hazzard moment. My boat, I ended up losing part of my trailer, where the boat was bouncing so much, the sidebars were, you line up your boat and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the pads, I look back and I hit these bumps, and all of a sudden I see it start doing this where it went from 2 bolts to 1, and it was circling around that bolt. And I went, oh man! And about that time, we hit another bump, and it went flying up in the air, came down and smacked. I mean, it must have been like 5 feet in front of a big cargo van.
Oh my gosh.
And about freaking 5 minutes later, the interstate curves like this, but when it does, it's like a hill.
Yeah.
I jump this thing and I come down, and all of a sudden I have to swerve the boat. I felt like Dukes of Hazzard for a minute there. It was pretty interesting moment.
You're waiting for Daisy Duke to come running out there somewhere.
No, I had my
Uncle Lou says that you can come fishing with him.
I'd love to go out there and fish with him.
Who would?
I want to go out there and hit that Mississippi and Missouri with some people.
Missouri, huh? If we only knew people in Missouri.
I know, right? I don't know that I would take my boat out there. I get nervous on the Ohio at 3-4 mile an hour current, because it'll push you all over the place. I don't know about that constant 5 to 7 mile an hour current.
When the James gets going, there's some spots, especially down in the bigger water. Hook says that's because Chad drives like a maniac.
My daughter calls me a crazy driver. I don't understand it.
Let's see. Hey, there's Grn Mchn. Dan, how's it going?
Oh, Dan.
Grn Mchn's link is also out in the description. Fishing with the Chad link is out there. Even Jesus done left Chicago, right, James?
Shoot, with the money that Chicago charges for tolls, they should have the best roads ever of any state.
What? It's crazy. Right here, to get to Grn Mchn saying, just woke up. He's dead tired. To get to a couple of there's boat ramps, all around the James here. And the one on our side is Dutch Gap. But if you go across, there's a bridge, toll bridge you can go across. And it really is not anything special, but it's like $5 both ways.
Yeah.
Just to go across the bridge.
You heard about our $20.40 toll, right?
I heard some talk about it. There was not pleasure with it.
Yeah. We've almost died going up there. Yeah, I don't even want to. I'm sorry to bring it up, Chris. And if you don't hurry up and pay that, they will send you page after page on one page and charge you for each invoice.
Woo!
So like a $1.40 toll, they'll charge you. I think it was like $9 an invoice. And there's a lot of tolls. Hey, but the price you pay to go have fun with with friends and new friends and catch awesome fish.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Oh, the Chippenham toll. Yeah, that's it, Realville. It's crazy. $8.95. I just don't know. I don't know.
I used to have such respect for him. Yeah, Mo Barrett. If you ever take, I think it's the Skyway, one in Chicago. So it actually takes you down through the center of the city and then out west. You pay a toll in Indiana right before you exit Indiana. And then all of a sudden you stop, and the lady, and you're pulling a trailer. She's like, "That'll be $20.40," and you say bad words and make her feel like like it's her fault, not intentionally, but you're like, "What in the just happened here?"
Yeah, it's crazy. Another one down here. It's the to go from Virginia down at Virginia Beach, to go from there across to Eastern Shores. That one is like $20 one way, $23. It's and it's like a big causeway. It's like miles and miles across it. So at least you kind of understand there's upkeep and everything on that bridge.
Right.
But
Well, there was one. I think it might be in Virginia. That it was like cheap. It was like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
But you know, they charge you an extra $1 if you have a trailer.
the boat, yeah.
But at least that one was a beautiful toll. I mean, it was such beautiful mountainous area that you get down through there. Chicago, all it was construction through half of it, and bumper to bumper traffic, and people cutting you off with your boat. You know, you're hauling a boat and you can't really move. I don't do well in that kind of situation.
Yeah, the drivers are, you know, it's like, look, I've got a boat, people. You know, it doesn't take much to, you know, what are you going to do?
Well,
Hooks and hammocks. $9 per toll invoice charge. $143 is what I paid. Woo!
yeah, Evan, your meet and greet doesn't always line up with my amount of vacation or what I had planned. We had the Mendota trip planned the week. I think it was week after or week before that, and I couldn't take any more vacation time.
All right,
adulting.
Real Bill. He's going to adult. Yeah, adulting is not fun.
I hate adulting sometimes. A lot of times.
You know, and sometimes, you know, you try to make the adult decisions like, I don't know, there's supposed to be thunder and lightning storms for, you know, all of this morning. So you try to make that adult decision, and then you look out there and it's not even raining right now.
You can blame me. Just go ahead and blame me, Stan. After the winter blues, you're like, I'm watching the weather more carefully.
Oh,
I can just hear you this morning. That blasted Chad.
Fry my other phone. I'm gonna go. Dan and I were just talking about that the other day. I'm trying to remember how it came up, but
I know you were talking about it on a show the other night too.
Yeah. We because it was funny how Stand 3, that was the weekend that he miraculously couldn't go. And, you know, my good friend Dan was nice enough to say, I'll step in, I'll take you, we'll go fishing together. And then it turns out to be the worst ice storm Virginia's had in 20 years.
Well, next year I'm not going to do it in February. We're going to do it in January. We will have a second Winter Blues tournament, but it'll be in January instead of February. February it's just too harsh at that point in time.
It was you know, but it was a great tournament. Aaron, Catfish Regulators, he had the best idea out of all of us.
What?
He was fishing from the truck, had the heat on.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He had his poles out on the bank down there, and he was trying to do the camera so you couldn't see that he was in the truck.
I don't know. I think I might have had the best. I was in the house.
Well, yeah, this is true. And it wouldn't have been bad if we could have just, I mean, we were marking monster fish, but we were throwing fresh shad. We were throwing everything at them and just couldn't buy a bite that day. So, you know, one big fish would have made it worth it. But when you get nothing,
I tell you, that's just like the bite right now. I don't understand. I marked tons of fish yesterday, and we had skipjack, shad, bluegill, you know, all kinds of stuff, trying different baits. We had 4 different locations, about a 2 to 3 mile stretch of river, and the only fish caught was the channel cat that Chris caught. It's like, Jesus criminy.
Wow, Chris caught one?
He caught one channel. He got his first Ohio River catfish.
Woohoo!
So it was a little bitty thing, almost as not as quite as small as on real time last night. The one that the pastor was catching, but that was awesome. At one point yesterday, the pastor just kept walking over, and he had another one every like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Whoop. And then John with his boys. Now you boys don't know how to fish. Now they've been running their mouth. And look at the size of the fish they've been bragging about. This is what they don't know how to fish now. Yeah, they are. Don't. His ears must have been ringing.
He was in church.
We thought we were safe. Thought he was in church, and look
I know.
at that.
I was getting ready to start just talking all kinds of smack about him.
No, but they're awesome. Definitely people. I'm just I feel so he's like I appreciate you doing this, and I get more out of it because I have just a blast sitting back there talking with him, and I can sit here and I can laugh about it watching the show. And
They were a hoot yesterday.
Fishing with JBT in the house. How's it going?
What's up, JBT?
Tasha Jarvis is in. Welcome, Tasha. As always, we got the UK crowd in. Great to see everybody. There's our good friend Elston is in the house. Good morning, good morning.
What's up, Elston?
But yeah, we definitely said. Oh, this is Dana.
Oh, thanks for the image.
This is Dana. John's just getting dressed. Is he is John singing that Rod Stewart song again, Dana? If you think I'm sexy and you Hey, Mike's fishing home. How you doing today? But yeah, the things that come up, awesome show. And I can't wait for that what an awesome idea, right? With that takedown tower.
Me and Chris were talking about that yesterday. He was asking if I saw it. I was like, yeah, dude, that is freaking a phenomenal idea.
And as it gets, as anything, it's new, so it's going to take a couple of trial and errors out there, get it all dialed in, but man, when that thing gets going, that's going to be awesome.
That'd be really cool.
Right before we went to bed last night, singing the song. Too funny.
Wow.
But yeah, Miss Dana, make sure the pastor keeps kind of true to the story. We know them fish are going to grow when he's doing his sermon today. He's going to be talking about those 10, 12 pounders that he caught. Hey, we got Mike Greenwell fishing in the house. How's it going today?
Bumping Mike Greenwell.
Dale, John said Dana was singing that song.
He did try to pawn that off that she was singing. It wasn't.
Yeah. Although she does sing beautifully, but.
Oh my God, yes.
Elston is asking, Chad, what size is your boat?
This is a 17.5 foot boat. It's a Pro Team 175. It's like a bass boat converted into a catfishing somewhat machine.
Thank you, Rebecca, for dropping the links out there. Thank you, George. Love it when the moderators out there, and I've said this before. When I first started, that was you, Mr. Chad. You were sharing the bait and making sure that everybody else was getting getting their channels noticed by putting the links in there.
Oh, we had to, I mean, ow, that bite and fly just got my ankle. We had to. Remember, usually you could be able to just click on them and go to channel and click and say subscribe. And then YouTube keeps making these changes, trying to,
Which
keep it to where you can't do that kind of stuff. And how many times have we had where you couldn't even post links in chat?
Yeah, when they're messing around with something, and yep. And I that's the stuff I don't understand. Is you would think that they would want more people to be successful.
Yes and no. You got to think. The longer they can keep people under 1,000, and it doesn't matter. I've had my hours for 4 or 5 months, 6 months. I don't even know how long now. And the subs is like 1 or 2 here and there. But the longer they keep people under 1,000 down, they can play video or ads at the beginning of our videos, during our videos, whatever they want to do, and they're getting 100% of the ad revenue versus the little man getting that penny or nickel from the 5 views that we might get, right, or 100 views that we might get on a video.
I have made a grand total from the ads so far. Grand total, I think it said my estimated revenue from AdSense is so far 4 cents.
We're buying one of them new 100K boats in about 30 years.
Yeah. Dan Grn Mchn is saying all that, and it's not even raining. The forecast looked, it is what it is. We were talking about that, like we had on the way home from saltwater yesterday. Dan and Stan and Dan had talked about it, and we were going to go out do stand day from the boat today. And then the more we kept looking at it, even last night, the forecast was, how you go by the hour, and it showed thunderstorms. Showed thunderstorms from like 4 o'clock in the morning, noon. Just there wasn't an hour that didn't have thunderstorms by it. And now it's not even raining.
Well, that's the way it is around here. And we live so close to the Ohio River that it all depends on how it hits around the Ohio. It'll either ride the Ohio and it'll just demolish southern Ohio, or it comes across lower and it hits us harder. So when we get a 70 or 80% chance, like we did Friday, I think it was Friday. When was the storms? Maybe it was Thursday. No, it was Thursday night because it was during the show. We never even got a drop of rain, but it just demolished through Ohio, southern Ohio. But it was 89% all day.
James Kirkpatrick with the $5 super sticker. Whoop, whoop. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hooks is saying don't spend that 4 cents all in one spot. But that's only in, 4 days. So I got a chance to make at least 30 cents in ad revenue this month.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. You're looking at like $3.65 a year right now on AdSense.
Not bad.
Hey, that's a Mountain Dew, bro.
Hey, there we go. Mountain Dew. Happy people call my people. Actually, that's a whole. Walmart has the 6 packs of these 16-ounce bottles for $2.50, which isn't bad. That's not bad at all.
No.
Because you stop at one of the convenience stores on the way there, and it's $2.50 for 1 bottle. And then they'll have that special, 2 buy 2 for 3, whatever, and it's like $1.80 something for a stupid little. Like, my goodness. But it's not stupid. I love Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew, the drink of champions. I always do the Dew. I don't want to get them confused, thinking that I'm talking bad about their product or anything.
Did I get the insects, maybe? Yeah, your flies are coming here. Have it.
Well, I hear that Bigfoot does have the power to, they can talk to the insects and get them to do different things for them.
Yeah, he needs to send me some of those Jack Links instead. That's the best boat snack I've ever found. Love it.
Yep, because they are, and actually by being in the boat, they're a little bit warmer, so a little more pliable, a little easier to eat. You ever try eating those cold, the cold beef jerky is not always good.
No.
Let's see. Grn Mchn says you got to get some videos out. That's where you'll make the big bucks, like an entire 73 cents per video.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, that's why Dan is just like the upper echelons compared to us.
yeah.
Stan, you're making 4 cents, I'm making negative right now still, and Dan's like Rolls Royce
With the
making money right
73
now.
cents.
Hey,
And we got Bigfoot Prepper in the house. How's it going? Greenwell Fishing. I'm out on the water. I'll come on for a bit if you want. Well, of course we can do that. You know, I'll just do it the simple way.
yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go wake the girls up here soon. I owed Alyssa a trip to Sportsman Warehouse or somewhere. She wants to go look at more goodies to tie jigs with. She's tying jigs now.
I saw that. I was gonna ask you about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's actually made some cool color combos. She came to me the other night and she was like, "I want to tie a jig," and I was like, "What?" Because that's not her interest normally. Anything fishing, she's anti at this
Yeah.
age. So I was like, "Cool, let's go do it."
You got here's a message from Grn Mchn.
I'd love to come up there and fish sometime. I gotta figure out. It's always hard to plan just a 1 or 2 day trip.
Yeah.
Vacation's somewhat limited.
And as you saw with muskrat in them, it's the James is one of those. I guess a lot of rivers are, but the James will either break your heart or you'll feel like a champion because like I said, the exact spots that we were sending muskrat in them to. Dan caught a 67-pounder in the exact spot the other day.
Yeah,
And
I think there's multiple things, and this year's a different kind of year. One, you got to find their biting cycle. Not every fish eats every.
mm-hmm.
And they might not be in that spot. That might be their Tuesday spot. I don't know, something like that. But I think one of the things that really, in my opinion, maybe messed this year up was the spring was long and weird. A lot of
Yes.
it would get somewhat warm and then it would just plummet. So I think it's kind of messed the spawn up a little bit, spread it out a lot. Fish are just whacked out right now. They don't know what's going on.
LG Bass was doing the math on it. Stan, if you save up your ad revenue, you can get a 6-pack of that Mountain Dew in March. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Skin and Scale said John fished all day in Williamston, and when night come, he caught a 40-pounder and some 20s in the same spot. Yeah, and Dan is pretty good with especially with the tidal rivers. Certain spots are better at certain tides and certain times of the day, and there's some spots where you only want to fish it like early morning, or this spot is better at nighttime, and it's better in the morning on a outgoing tide as opposed to the incoming tide, and it's just there's just so much involved with it. There's so much
and that's
involved
learning
with
the water.
yeah, and that's why everybody will say anybody that catches big fish pretty consistently will say that it's time on the water. It's knowing the spots, knowing when to fish them.
Yeah, that spot that I took Chris and Telly to yesterday. Last year, this time, the water was, you could drag baits like it was a lake. Even with my small trolling motor and all that kind of stuff, and you get out there and whack 10, 15 fish a day. Yesterday, one fish out of 2 boats. They just weren't there, or the ones that we were marking weren't catfish, or they weren't eating. So, hard telling. But
hey, Circle Hook is in the house, I guess. So I guess he's not live anymore. So
I was watching him earlier.
Yep, we were
good.
We were calling it out. I was trying to call out the people that were actually live fishing since I wasn't.
Whoa!
See, the storms are coming bad through there. I saw that gust of wind.
Yeah, I'm just reckless.
Have you seen me?
Things just shouldn't get in our way, Stan.
I know. And it's like, why was that put right there? Knowing that I'm going to have to put some part of my body through that area. But I definitely love how the links are being shared. I always like that.
Yes.
Always like to see help everybody grow.
When we've talked about that, I've had conversations about that. At the beginning, it was hot and heavy. That's how everybody got subs. And, I've had conversations where it's like, oh, it just doesn't work right now because everybody that's in chat is already subbed everybody. And it's like, yes and no. We're still starting, see and find people finding the community. And when you can grab 1 or 2 subs that weren't there before, that's
right.
It's helpful. So,
right. And, it's one thing if it's, there's 10 people in chat and it's like, you, me, hooks and hammocks, okay, all 10 of these people they're with everybody else that's in there. But yeah, when you see this, especially when you see some of the new names and, well, here we go. We bringing on another special guest. Always glad.
And we got fish on, guys. Hang on just a second.
Oh,
woo!
wait! What a way to make an entrance.
That's all right.
Well, let's give him the big screen. That is awesome.
It ain't nothing big, but it's a fish.
That's all right. Is you bumping, Mike?
We are drifting today.
Drifting today? See, I tried that yesterday too. Couldn't freaking buy a bite. Show me how it's done, Mike.
A little old channel cat.
There we go.
Good.
It's fish.
That's right.
There you go.
Went over a couple of them, so happy to. I went up there to try to catch some fresh bait this morning. I couldn't find any fresh, so frozen it is. Not a bad little channel cat.
No.
Let's let him go.
Purdy.
You fishing the Ohio today?
Yes, I am about 6 miles down from the dam today.
Nice.
6 miles down. I figured I'd come down here and do some drifting.
So, and Mike brought up a good point, is that even if you plan on catching fresh bait and you think, oh, I catch them there all the time like that, bring a plan B bait with you, because having at least some bait is better than no bait at all. Because, even here on the James, there was like solid, we could go to this spot and you'll get bait, boom, 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 for months. Then the one time you count on it, not a single shad to be found. So that's a good point. To always try to bring at least some sort of backup bait with you.
Yeah, that's been a problem here. All my bait spots where we would normally find, those 8 to 12 inch or even bigger gizzard shad, all we're finding is these like 3 and 4 inches right now. So,
everybody says about the vacuum sealing, but I just use the baggies and I get as much air as I can out. And these things are still bleeding. They still got, skipjack oil, all of them. They're still good to go. They're going to catch some fish. I mean, vacuum sealing is good, but if you don't want to spend the money on a vacuum sealer.
Yep, I got lucky. I found one at the big vacuum sealer at Goodwill store. I think it was $7. $7 I paid for it. Yeah, and it was brand new. It wasn't even used. It came with rolls of bags and.
Yeah, the biggest thing, like you were just saying, Mike, is just getting as much air out of them as possible, because that crystallization and stuff, I think, breaks them down bad.
Yes, and if I'm just going bait fishing, I will do the frozen method in the cooler.
Yeah,
put the ice in there and put the salt in there and get it real cold and freeze them things instantly. So,
well, yeah. Have you ever seen the way Chris Souders does it?
I think so. think so.
Yeah, he doesn't use a vacuum sealer. He uses a straw and a vacuum.
Yeah.
You know, and he just takes it up. He just sucks it out as fast as he can, and he pulls that straw out and seals it. I mean, that's all he does. He didn't go buy one of them $400 vacuum sealers.
That's one of my buddies got a big vacuum chamber. That thing is awesome, man, but it was like $600.
Yeah.
I'm like, unless you're a commercial guy, there ain't no need for that.
Right. You know, it's like the person just starting out catfishing. You can use those $20 Walmart rods and get going. And like I said, when we first started doing our live streams, we had the $25 Lou's Cat Daddy combos, $25 rod and reel, and we were catching 30-pound fish with them. And then you just kind of go from there. We ended up getting some more of the ugly stick catfish rods, and then that's when we had all of them were ugly sticks then. And you know, now we're getting some Uncle Lou's in there and some other ones. You work it in as you go, and
you know.
See, it's still, let me get the camera. She's still nice and bloody.
Oh yeah,
dang good for a frozen piece of fish.
Avid said that his vacuum sealer costs him $50.
That's about what I paid for mine.
You can only join this panel if you have a mustache or goatee.
Little fishermen have goatees.
Right.
Yeah. Stan, I've always, and I've thought about doing something on this. Is to me, like fishing in general is like a video game. You start out as level 1, right? and you start, as you level up, you're getting more and better gear, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you learn new techniques. Is like learning a new
yeah, when you get your experience level is up, now you can also use nunchuck skills and
nunchuck fishing. There we go.
We were joking around.
Maybe when them Asian carp are flying, you need some of them nunchucks.
Yeah. That would be an epic video, wouldn't it?
You know, and how many ideas started just like that? I mean, the whole strawberry chicken thing had to start out like that, you know?
We probably just gave away like the next big thing that's going to be go viral. We'll have people like Mike Greenwell or Tim Scott down there, or Creole with them Asian carp flying everywhere with nunchucks and swords and God only knows what else.
We were doing it was slack tide, and in the tidal rivers, when you get slack tide, pretty much you go to just suspending baits, and you bring a lot of them in, and you just have a few suspending rods. While we were doing that, we were having the baits just there was a bunch of fish that were coming up and jump. We had them just barely tapping the water. And that was like the next big joke, that we were air suspending. And, can you imagine you catch one fish on a live like that? And that's going to be, you'll see boats out there with 12 rods, all the bait this far up off the water.
You'd be surprised of what people are watching for, not just on here, but like when you fish, Mike probably could attest to this, when you're fishing tournaments and stuff. If you come up with a special rig or something like that, you don't keep it tied on when you get back to the boat ramp, because when people come up and they're leaning up on your boat, they're looking around your boat going, how was he set up,
Yeah, they're not looking to talk. They're looking to see what you got.
Yeah, so how's it going today? I really wanted to just come over and say hello.
Well, I think the first time Mark Blauvelt was on Roger, he brought out and he'd showed me this one of the first times we went fishing together, and talking about like the Santee Cooper rig, right? When people were first trying to do that kind of stuff, and some of the secrets have came out now, but the little bluegill bobbers, that's what they would use those on their line to keep their baits up, stuff like that. There's a guy and I know his name and I can't think of it off the top of the head, but he's in a video with Steve Douglas, and he just a little white balloon, not really filled with any air at all, just enough to keep the baits floating. You know, there's all kinds of tricks and stuff that people do like that they're trying to get an advantage and come up with something different that's going to catch more fish. So,
You thinking about the Larry Muse Dragon Rig?
Larry Muse, yes,
Yeah, I thought so.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I saw that same video, and that was back. You know what? That was only like 6 years ago, wasn't it?
Probably not even that. I remember
Yeah.
I've done the Monsters on the Ohio 6 years, and I think it was my third year, and I was actually up with that parking lot that night when they was up there talking and recording. I thought that was pretty cool. Those two guys get together, and
Oh yeah.
Larry sure did make sure to ask him, this video ain't going out till after the tournament, though, right? I don't mind sharing it, but we'll share it Saturday night. How about that?
So, boom, boom, Fins and Foul, thank you very much. Hit the thumbs up button, y'all, for the big $4.99. Thank you very much. Thank you. Who was it up there? Somebody had put up there that they got your stickers, Chad, and it's on their boat. They got the Fishing with the Chad stickers on the boat.
I got an order from Paul Meadow and George Ray that I got to get out.
Uncle Lou says, use what you can afford and what works for you.
Yeah.
And that's right. If it works for you, go with it. You know, everybody has their own, you know, that's like the whole braid and mono, the whole braid versus mono thing. If you've lost one big fish on braid, you're going to be strictly mono, and vice versa. If you've had no luck with mono, you're going to just say, oh, braid, it's braid. But
you gotta use just mono, okay?
there is times and places for everything.
3 poles with braid on it. 2 are my bumping rods, and I have one that I actually do drag with and suspend with sometimes that has braid on it as well. And I've actually caught all my PBs except for the channel cat one this year on that daggone braid. So you do too have a Fishing with the Chad sticker. Don't lie to me.
Avid says will always be a braid man. Now see, I've lost boom, another $5 super sticker from John Oiler Outdoors. Thank you very much, my friend.
See, look, you brought the big gun in, bumping Mike, and it's just booming like crazy.
I know it. Well, you know, you show up and you're not even on the screen yet, and you've got the nice channel cat popping up in there. I tell you what, though, channel cats don't get the respect I think a lot of times they deserve, because pound for pound, they will fight you to the. You're putting them back in the water, and they're still fighting you. So. Yeah, I've actually had them turn back around and shake their fins at me. So,
well, that too, and yeah, I think too is, you know, a lot of guys catch them on bigger tackle, so the fight's not always huge. I mean, you can tell they're fighting and stuff, but catch them on light tackle. That is fun.
And that right there is where the whole targeting the fish came from. When I was making the joke about targeting that small fish. You know, that's really what I was trying to draw notice to, is that, you know, if that's the fish, if you're big fish in your area or 10-pound fish, well, target those 10-pound fish. Don't use heavy action rods and, you know, 80-pound leaders with 50-pound mainline, because you're not going to have fun. But you target them with a medium action rod, 15, 20-pound test, and, you know, you'll enjoy it. You'll have a lot of fun. That 10-pound channel cat will wear you out.
You want to talk about fun? We went up to Rocky Fork in that meet and greet last weekend, and we went out with Betty and Brandon and Mark the morning before, just doing some fun crappie fishing and stuff like that. And I caught about a 3-pound channel cat on my ultralight. With 4-pound test, my crappie rod. That is fun. that was the best fight that I think I've ever had.
You want to talk
Thank-
about some rowdy fish? Our last tournament was the first tournament we've ever used oxygen in a live well.
Oh yeah.
Water's 83 degrees. Those fish whooped my butt pulling them out of the live well.
Mm-hmm.
They whooped my butt.
Well, that's. I'm sorry to say it, but that's great to hear. That's
Right. Right.
I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of times that's that negative image that people have from tournaments is that they're more concerned. Tournament anglers are more concerned about the money and not concerned about the fish, et cetera, et cetera. So anything that can be done like that, that's awesome.
That's definitely not true because we spent probably $400 on an oxygen setup. So
Yeah.
Exactly
make sure, if we're
that's
gonna catch them
exactly
and
my
release them,
point.
if we're going to catch them and release them, we want them to do good when we put them back in.
Yeah. I think a majority of tournament fishermen are very CPR conscious or cautious, whatever. The ones that I've been involved in, it's all catch and release. It's, if you weigh in a fish that's even remotely looks like it's not doing well, they will not count it. You might be disqualified or you will be disqualified. But there are some that, and I don't know a lot about the ones that allow you to trailer, and that's the ones that people seem to have more issue with because it's those fish bouncing around so much on the road and stuff, and it's not good for them. But I agree, Mike. I think, but the ones that don't understand, probably even me, newer guys to tournament world, on how to actually take care of the fish. That's when you get into trouble with people that don't ask questions. They don't, think about oxygen, changing out their water frequently enough, the water temperature, stuff like that. That's when you get into trouble with people that don't know what they're into right there.
And to be honest, you don't have to spend that much.
No.
You don't have to spend that much money on oxygen setup. You can go with a lot cheaper setup and it'll still work. Also, and just like you said, the recirculating and pumping fresh water in and out. If you put that on a separate battery, so that way you're not running everything down on your boat, but you put that on a separate battery and you have that on like an auto 30 minutes, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have a tractor supply box. It's about a 65-gallon total tote. That's all it is. And I've got some 800 per hour, cycle pumps that I have for intake and outtake. And the hotter the weather gets, the more they run. But that's the biggest thing. And it's no different than the oxygen. You've got to have oxygenated water coming in constantly. That's the biggest thing with those. And there's people out there that they won't even check it with every 4 or 5 hours or not at all. And that's when you start losing fish.
But get one of those black plastic tackle boxes and they put fish in it, fill it up, and they don't check it for 8 hours. And oh my gosh, all my fish are dead.
Yeah. The smartest thing I did with mine besides the in and out pumps is I got some of that Plasti Dip spray paint, white. If you ever sit on a cooler that's set out in the heat and you go down and go to put your hand or your seat and it burns the living daylights out of you, I've had this thing out in 80, 90 degrees sunlight all day and it never gets hot to where you can't touch it. It's amazing how much that reflects the heat and keeps the water and stuff cool in the outside.
Good point. It was a Kentucky Catfish Hunter that said that he has your stickers that he put on the boat. We had some awesome people come in. We got Bex from No Real Losses in here. They do a great live show. Great job. Peace City Smitty, my Smitty brother came in. Catfish Heroes is saying, pumped up on oxygen. Realville Catfishing came back in. Evan TV. Evan TV, y'all watch. I think it's this Friday, or it's either this Friday or next Friday. I'm going to have Evan TV on the Friday night show. So looking forward to speaking with that young man. He did a great job in the finesse tournament, and can't wait to speak with him. Michael Murillo. A lot of people focus too much on the weight of a fish and don't enjoy the fight of the fish. Enjoy it is all I say. our time here is limited. And something that I've been saying lately, and I've said it a lot before, but the words kind of came together, is it's not the size of the fish, but the size of the excitement that it brings you.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of something that I've always tried to preach or put out there. And, you know, we are lucky enough, like I'm lucky enough to be here in the James, where every time you go out, you have the chance of catching a 60, 70, 80. Not everybody has that, you know, and some rivers, it's a 10-pound fish is going to be the big fish. If that's it, you know, target that 10-pounder. If you get that 10-pounder, that's the biggest fish in that waters. If you're matching your equipment to that, be excited about it. Have fun. If you're not excited and not having fun, go play golf or tennis, because
Stan the man, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to get ready to go try to wake the girls up so I can get some new fishing stuff.
All right.
Act like I'm taking it.
Fishing stuff.
I'm going to act like I'm going to for them, but in reality, I'm going to see what other things I can buy. So thanks for having me on, my friend.
Oh,
Pleasure, brother.
See you
I
guys.
hope you get on some good ones today. I'll talk to
the
you all later.
chat, always an open invitation here, my friend. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you. We got Mark, Catfishing Crappy. Well, hello, Stan, Chad, and Mike.
What's up, Mark?
We have a question here. Fishing Local 336. What's the lightest tackle you would use catfishing? And I guess it kind of depends on. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say that's kind of a loaded question.
Yeah.
You could go to fish on, guys. Right back.
Fish on. Woo! That looks like a nice bend.
He's just a little guy. Probably another little channel cat, but you know what? That's all right.
Well, that's two more fish than what I've caught today.
Right.
Let's see. So, Mark, great to see you. There's our good friend Austin D is in the house.
Woo, he tangled everything up.
Oh. But getting back to that question, I'm going to start going with it here. Catch fish on bait poles. It really depends on what catfish you're going after. If it's, like here on the James, probably the lightest would be like 30-pound mainline, and like a 50-pound leader. There we go. Another beautiful fish.
Oh,
I will take them all day long.
definitely. All right. He swam right into that other rod and got it all tangled up.
I slept for a couple hours. Yeah, I wouldn't use 12-pound here in the James just because I want that, no matter what size, even if you're using a little 1-inch square chunk of bait, you got a chance of that 60, 70, 80-pound fish hitting. And I'd rather at least have, 30-pound test on there as the main line. Even 20, but if you're going, if you don't have those size fish in the waters, you can get away with the, 15-pound test or the lighter pound test and the lighter gear. So it kind of depends. Let's see, who asked that question? I lost the question now. Can't remember who. Oh, Local 336. So, yeah, it really depends where you're catfishing at and what species, what's the size of the catfish that you're going after.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to take these rods to a local park and get the half-pound channel cats that are in there. Because you wouldn't be having no fun. You'd just be reeling them right in.
So 44 awesome people still in. Mike, thank you for coming up on the live today.
Yeah, sorry about this. He tangled me up. I'll be back over in a minute.
That's all right. That's all right. That's part of live fishing, and and glad to have it on stand day. So at least the string keeps going. We put some fishing up on the screen today, and you know that as Catfish Dave says it's a video or a live, and there was a fish on the live, so it's a catfish live.
That's all right. That's right.
JVT says, I've been tearing up some channel cats this month. Landed 4 double-digit channels. Mean Sons guns. Wish my local lake had flatheads and blues. Yep, and double-digit channel cat. That's a monster channel cat. I would take that every single day of the week. George, thank you for dropping the links. Everything Outdoors with Joshua. Welcome, welcome.
If anybody's curious, oh, skipjack here. Let me get back in the camera here. I just run it right up through the nose. Right out his nostrils. Make sure there ain't no scales on there.
That's the way that I hook it from the nose, especially in the current. I know some people hook it back behind the head. I just think it twists a little much when it's like that.
I agree.
George Ray, please pick up the links and most importantly, leave a comment on the video. That's right. That seems to be the way to get the subs to count, to get your sub to count when you go to a channel. If you click on the video, watch it and leave a comment pertaining to the video, that usually helps the subs stay. Now, Mike, I know you were. Did you get the watch hours yet?
No. I guess I got so much falling off from last year that everything that's happening this year is just not catching up. So I'm gonna have to get one that's gonna have to go viral or something.
That's yeah. For those wondering, it's a 365-day rolling period. We've got Bobby Newton came in. Good morning, Stan and Mike. Philip Williams. We got 48 awesome people in. John Euler. Hey, Stan, are you fishing on the 20th? Yes, I am on the 7 to 7. It's going to be on Rebecca's channel. It's Aaron Catfish Regulators tournament. Basically, 7 to 7 from the bank. It's just a simple 3 rods. Whoever catches the biggest, the most, the smallest, and the biggest channel cat. Real simple, no big rules, no big. It's just regular people out fishing from the bank, and that's what it was supposed to be. And right now, there's the 20th and the 27th. Going to be 2 days. So I think there's like 14 people fishing in it, or 6, something like that. But Catfish Hero says, Mike, we need a money fish.
Yeah, you ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying. I think they're just now starting to come off the spawn here, because yesterday some guys caught some fish that look like they've been run over by a freaking lawnmower. They look pretty rough. So I think they're just now really starting to wake up. So hopefully I'll run into one of them.
Yeah, you see, it was weird here on the James, because we had we were catching some fish like that back earlier in July, like they had came off the spawn, but then, you know, and they don't all go into spawn at the same time and come off at the same time. So I guess that kind of, it stretched it out a little bit. But we caught one on Father's Day that was definitely, that was a zombie fish, but it fought like crazy. But it was all beat up, and you're like, wow, whew. You would have hardly believed that fish was alive, but it was fighting.
We had a 50 boat tournament last weekend, and I think there was 2 or 3 fish over 30 out of 50 boats.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I think we're still in spawn. But all my memories on Facebook are telling me they're starting to wake up, so that's why we're out here today trying.
Yeah. Hooks, there's the answer to that. 7 to 7 by Catfish Regulators, the 20th and 27th. Third day pending, more contestants. Fish 7 p.m. at night to 7 a.m. in the morning. From the bank, 3 rods. Basically, that's the rules. You got to catch the fish, obviously, on camera, and I think it's for the biggest fish, you know, you weigh the one, that's how the biggest fish will be picked, and same thing with the smallest. So you said right now, today, you're dragging baits out there today?
No, we're just suspend drifting.
Suspend drifting, all right.
Yeah.
That had quickly became one of my favorite ways of fishing. I've been doing that with Grn Mchn lately. And it kind of was out of, like the chair I was sitting in, there was a rod holder right by it. So I would, ended up, you know, it was up from the back of the boat. So we'd have the rods out there. And the one right there next to me just was easiest to suspend drift from. But man, when they hit that suspending rod, the takedown on that, you can literally feel it, even on the big boat. It's just, that's so much fun. I got Sampy in the house. Good morning, good morning.
This boat's a little different for me because all my other boats, I've had a rod rack going across. On this boat, I just got the T-bars. But so far, you can still hear.
Yeah. And it's funny, Epic Catfish even talks about that, where he can hear the rod holder noise, and he'll know where it is based on the noise of the rod holder.
That day we caught a 44-pound flathead drifting, and you know he took it down like a flathead real slow, but we felt the boat move a little bit, so we was like, oh crap. And that was awesome. I wish that would have been on camera, but it wasn't. That was freaking awesome. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That wind noise getting too bad?
No, every once in a while there's a little bit, but you don't even, other than that, it's non-existent. And so you got frozen skipjack out there. What is your bait of choice? Does it change with the season, or you primarily?
I'll bring skipjack no matter what, but when it gets cooler and the shad are easier to get, I will use the shad.
All right. Yeah, here in the James, our skipjack is the hickory shad, and they only come up in the spring, in like April, usually the month of April, the end of March, April, and the very, very beginning of May. Sometimes you'll still have some. And you know, basically the hickory shad and the skipjack are essentially the same fish, except the hickory shad are saltwater. The saltwater version of that comes upstream to mate, whereas the skipjack are landlocked version of that fish. But they look identical, and yeah, in April it's hard to beat the hickory shad or skipjack when they're running like that. But the rest of the year, you know, the James River, we've got gizzard shad, monster gizzard shad. So that's our primary bait. But every once in a while in the summer, you got live bluegill. When the bite is tough, sometimes that live bluegill will just fire them up. Same thing with white perch.
I'm not a fan of using bluegill just because I think bluegill is more of an anchor bait.
Mm-hmm.
I've always got the boat moving, so that's why another reason I don't catch a lot of flatheads. I always want the boat moving.
William Warner pork chop. They be bite on shrimp. Yeah, and that's you know, a lot of times I think fishing from the bank and different things. You know, we were talking about the Plan B baits. My first choice is always going to be some fish, fresh caught. Either if I have it, fresh bait is always our first choice. If not, frozen bait, if you did it properly. And I think when the key with frozen bait is to handle them properly right from the start. Like if you just leave them out in the heat and they're already starting to get a little soft by the time you get them, you know, then of course they're not going to be as good. But when you just show more, oh, go ahead.
Speaking on that, I used to the dam used to be open, and there's a dam wall you can walk out on, and we used to go out there and climb down a ladder, and you can get right to the good spots to catch the bait. The guys would bring 5-gallon buckets down there, fill that bucket completely up. You know, it'd take 2 hours to fill that bucket up, and then they finally walk it up, put them fish on ice. Now, the ones in the bottom of that bucket have been hanging out in 80-degree weather for 2 hours. That fish ain't no good now.
Right.
I mean, it'd be good to go use right now, but you don't want to freeze that fish.
Yep. And sometimes we'll catch, especially here in the James River, we can use the gill nets. So that's makes it a lot easier to get bait because you can put that out and still fish. You got to stay within like 100 yards of it. Sometimes we'll go catch bait a couple times throughout the day just to have the fresh bait. Because like when you took that frozen gizzard shad out, I mean skipjack out, we could still see the blood coming from that. You could still see the slime on it. You know, if you're going to use frozen bait, you want it to have those qualities. You know, because that's what's putting the scent in the water, the blood trail coming off, and the slime coat. So that's one of the reasons why we'll try to keep fresh bait even a couple times a day. And there's been times where we've had bait and you're not getting any bite. You catch fresh bait and you put that on and it triggers a bite. So
that's what when the skipjack are really good at the dam, the fishing is really good at the dam because, you know, the fish follow the bait. So I got to go up. I got to make myself stop catching bait to go catch the catfish. Catching them skipjack are so much fun.
Yeah, we love it here in April because we're same thing. We're catching the hickory shad, and man, you could just do that all day, and you end up not even catfishing because you're just having, what do they call them? They call them poor man's tarpon because of how they fight, and they'll jump up out of the water, and they're just a blast. So if you haven't had a chance to do that, you know, that's one of the times where you'll have as much and sometimes even more fun catching bait than you actually do catfishing.
We actually get a couple runs. We get the run in late March, early April, all the way up until early June. But then they come back in October, or late September, October, and very early November. They'll come back. Not as thick, but
yeah, that's awesome. I wish that happened here, but it doesn't. So we got to take advantage of it when we can. We got John Boy's Catfishing in the house. There's Philip Williams. Ugly Dog Lures is in. Thank you, thank you.
And Stan, I tell you what, there's days when I'm out doing this right here, just drifting down the river, and I'll see them out there on a current seam popping. So I'll just spot lock and start catching them from that seam right there.
Yeah, that's you know me. I love bank fishing. I do. I love it. But recently, I've had the opportunity to go more out in boats, and it's just it's like night and day fishing. It's two different things because you can go to the boat is so versatile. You can go to so many different spots. You can do so many different things with it. If one tactic's not working, you can switch to another, and some spots of the river are better suited for one technique as opposed to another one. And it's just, and even for myself with bank fishing, it's hard to lug all that stuff out to a spot. We don't really have a lot of. Some people have the spot where you can basically pull up and fish. Well, there's not a lot of bank spots like that here, so you got to take the stuff out of the cart, put it in a cart, get it down to the spot, get it back to the cart. The boat, you just basically get out the car, unhook the boat. You got your rods in there. You throw your cooler, whatever you have in the car, in the boat, and you jump on and go. So,
is anybody interested? You want me to do a walkthrough of the boat? I haven't really done that with since I got the rod holders and stuff put on it.
Sure, that'd be awesome.
Front of it, she's a little messy, but I got a couple rod holders up front there. And back here, I got the T-bars. I like them T-bars so much better than those rod rack that went all the way across the boat. It just opens that up back there. Got a couple rod holders mounted on the actual boat itself. She's got the live wheel up front here. I got my life jackets in there. This is pretty cool about this boat. It's got the small little live well. But this is really my wife's bathroom. I got the
that's important.
So yeah, as soon as she seen that, she said, "Oh, I know what that's going to be for. That's my bathroom." Which if it'll get her on the water with me, I'm all for it. Oh, let me reel these up.
And that is the one thing with suspend drifting. It is for those that want a more active way of catfishing. With suspend drifting, you're constantly watching the depth changes, and you're raising and lowering the lines to keep the bait down within the bottom like you like.
Figures while I did that we went up 10 foot.
Yeah.
Luckily I didn't get everything tangled up.
So suspend drifting definitely is one of the more active ways to fish. Uncle Lou back in the house. How's it going? Fishing with the Chad. Walked back in the house just in time to see Lauren Murillo catch her catfish on the TV. Such excitement. Bobby Newton saying, Mike, the bathroom is a great idea for the ladies. Ugly Dog Lures. I have a 74 Starcraft we are getting started rebuilding on his channel.
This winter, I'm going to pull all this carpet up, and we're going to put down the diamond plate like we did on Jake's boat. I'll make that a winter project. Got to get out there and do the fishing while that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Straighten back out.
there's my friend Jay Johnson Experience. He's asking, can some of you boat owners advise what you looked for in a boat? He wants to buy a used boat and trying to make sure gets the best boat for the money.
If you're going to do any wintertime fishing, you definitely want a boat with a full windshield.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's
And I
number
guess,
one on my list.
yeah, I guess the first thing, Jay, is it depends on the water you're gonna fish the most. You want to get a boat that will match the waters you want to fish. So, like if you're fishing bigger rivers, you don't want to get too small of a boat because you won't be able to go out there at certain times and it won't be as safe. So, and the converse is true. If you if you fish primarily small waters, you can have too big of a boat for the smaller waters. So it kind of depends on where you're fishing. That's I guess the first thing to look at. Check around for prices so you get an idea of what the boats go for in your area. If you know any other people that fish in your area that have boats already, they're good people to ask what issues they ran into.
If you can afford it, get you one of them there 4-strokes.
Yeah.
Gas mileage. So much. A 2-stroke early 2000s and up is best, but when you get down in the 90s on them 2-strokes, they suck that gas.
Yeah. And although there's something about that 2-stroke smell in the morning
Yes, it is.
that you just don't get with the 4-stroke. Also you check things like if the boat was kept outside all the time, it's going to have a lot more wear and tear on it than a boat that's garage kept or kept under a shelter. That's things. And I think if I remember, for some reason I'm thinking you're in Pennsylvania, Jay. I don't know if that's true or not, but check the check to see how structurally it is. If you can tell how well kept the boat was basically by looking at it. Jay Johnson, I worry about motors and such. I fear getting an older motor that may not last long range. And that is a good question. Ernie Brown says, make sure you got room to move around with all your stuff and people.
All right. Finally set back out.
Is there, even out in chat, is there anything that y'all look for with a boat motor that will help kind of tell its condition?
Whenever you're going to buy it and you're buying a used, take you a compression tester just to check the compression. If it offends them that you want to check the compression, you better be walking away real fast.
That's a good tip. Another thing I would look for is just visually, you can see, like if the props are bent or big chips missing out of them, things like that. You can tell that there could be some damage from hitting some things and being a lot more rough with it, let's say, than other people would have been. A lot of times, if there's some structural damage on it, there's a good chance that there could be some internal damage too. So you check and look for big dents and things like that on it. Look at the man's other vehicles that you're buying it from. That's a good one, Ryan.
That is a good one. Ryan, how'd you do on the Ohio River last night?
He had came in on, I think it was on Brian B's live with us last night from in the dark out there on the river. Jay John's saying, okay, gotta get one. Yeah, the boat, like I said, I love bank fishing, but you start doing some boat fishing and it's hard to it's hard
to beat it.
yeah. Although you get a boat and you get out there in the boat and you have problem catching fish, that whole excuse is gone. Well, I was in the bank, I could only
Hey, some days they just don't bite.
yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that because one of my buddies always says the fish are biting somewhere. May not be where you're at, but the fish are biting somewhere.
There you go. That's true. It's even, even during the spawn, well, there's still going to be fish feeding somewhere. They may not feed as often, but they're still going to eat. No problem, Jay. That's what we hear. Go ahead.
This ledge here that I'm drifting, it's got a bunch of trees in the water, a bunch of stick-ups, and it's 30 foot right on the ledge outside of that. I've caught some really good fish here, so we're about 200 yards from the ramp. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen here.
And that's
I'm actually going to pull them up one by one and put some fresher baits on them.
And we talk about time on the water, and the good thing with that, why that makes such an advantage is not only are you learning different techniques, you're learning each spot a little bit differently, so you know what works best in which spots. And just like you said right there, Mike, you're going to put fresh bait on, you've got confidence in that spot, and there's a good chance that since you have confidence that you know how to fish it well, and you will catch more fish there. It's like when you watch Epic and Sean go out there, and they know so much about each of the different spots that it's like, okay, we're going to do this here, and if it's not working there, the next thing we're going to try is this. If that's not going to work, next thing we're going to try is this. Thank you, George, for sharing out the links. Catfish Hero saying, Ryan, that's some good advice. Thank you very much, George. Marine grade plywood isn't cheap. And John Boys was so close last night to getting the Nemo prize, but that was I thought it was a lot of fun. Just the excitement of wanting to see that takedown meter go, or takedown tower. Looking forward to more of that in the future. Ooh. My throat was a little dry today. And that's something that we like to do too, is when we're going to some of the better spots, try to change it out and have the freshest bait on there. And don't be afraid
I'll go through a lot of frozen bait just because I know it's frozen. And even though it's good frozen bait, once it's down there for about 25, 30 minutes, I start losing confidence in it. It might be good for more than 3 hours, but it's
Right.
my personal choice. Once I lose
Yep.
confidence in it, it's got to go.
And that's one of the things that we've talked a lot about is confidence will make such a difference. Whether it's right or wrong, if you know you're confident in it, it'll work. That's what's going to work for you. Got Uncle Jeep in the house.
And they're fishing on credit. Can't catch no fish with no bait.
Good morning, Uncle Jeep. Great to see you. So, Mike, that looked like a simple rig there. Is that just a bottom rig? Was it?
Yeah, just a simple Carolina rig with a sinker slide. This one here is just the same thing.
There you go.
Keep those sinker slides. They go up and down the line. Just a regular swivel. Then I just tie the Carolina rig onto a snelled Yamagatsu.
There we go. That's really all you need.
That's my drifting rig. That's my anchor rig. I change it up for my bumping rig, of course. Another good piece of bloody bait there.
Yeah, look at that. All right, John Boy's Catfish. Just as I signed off, they had another giveaway. You would pick number 28. They didn't
Bad
see.
part about just being drifting and not paying attention.
Yeah.
I just break it off and start over. Ain't no need to mess with it.
Yeah, no, Uncle Jeep, it's this is the time of year that we have that. It's been every afternoon we've been having some light thunderstorms. And now today, like I said, the forecast was for thunderstorm. It was supposed to be, there was a 50 to 60% chance of thunderstorms all day. And so far this morning, once we made the decision, it stopped raining. There's been no no storms. So you know what? That's you try to make the best decision. If it was going to be just a passing, if there was the forecast was just for a passing storm, we would have went. But it was saying that when it's showing thunderstorms, and you know they're not always right. So
It was supposed to be just 35% chance of rain yesterday in thunderstorms. It rained all day.
yeah.
All day long, 35% chance.
You know, and that's just it. Like I said, it's funny. It was that exact opposite thing today. It was 50 to 60% chance of thunderstorms all day long, and now we haven't had any, and it's not even raining yet. So, but it was raining. It was raining in the middle of the night when we decided to not go.
Right.
Willow, good morning. Good morning. River Fisher's in the house. Somebody was asking about the rods you were using.
I use Tangling with Catfish. they came out with them green rods, and I had to have them, so that's what I switched to a couple years ago.
Yeah, the TWC. I've fished with a couple of those. They're really decent rods.
I do everything with TWC except for bumping. On my bumping rod, I use the B&Ms.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about the B&M rods.
And they're a good company too. They're a real good company. I mean, I'm not sponsored by them, but I message them and ask them to help me out with that 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I figured they'd send me 1 or 2 rods. They sent me 4 of them.
Really? Wow.
I'm not even sponsored by them. I tag them on Instagram on every good fish that I catch, you know. So I do a little bit of advertising for them, but pretty awesome.
River Fisher says, "Hey guys, I feel so welcomed here." Well, thank you, and welcome. We are glad that you are here. We try to do that. The fishing community, the catfishing community here, tries to be pretty accepting of people. If you come in respectful and wanting to learn more about catfishing, we love that, and we are glad you're here. And yeah, again, I think that it's good to try some different rods. Find ones that, you know, you may like the feel of the handle more on one, or one has a little bit better action suited to you. But again, if you're just getting started, there's nothing wrong with the Walmart combos. Get the best ones you can get, and go from there. It's better to have, you know, using the right pound test and the right hooks, and that's the most important stuff.
Hey, Stan?
Yeah.
When I started fishing, my buddy, he had some those 30 sticks. Those things are like, you know, 6'6" something. I used those things for about 6 months. Then I finally got into something different, and I just worked my way up to a more what they call expensive rod.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't start out with, you know, tangling with Catfish or Hypercat rod. I used to use Hypercat rods. You know, that's those 30 sticks, man. We caught, I don't know how many decent fish on them 6'6" trees. That's what I called them.
Yeah. Yeah, one of Stan 3's luckiest rods that he uses, it was he'd gotten a Zebco 888. It was a combo, so it came with the Zebco rod, and he still uses that with a bait caster on it now. And that rod will catch more. It's just the one they pick to bite a lot of the times, and the very tip of it broke off, and he just kind of, you know, filed it down. So the next eye down is the top eye now. He wrapped it with slime line, the orange slime line, and the green big game. So it's like orange green, you know, so it looks pretty cool. And it's just an old Zebco, an old push button Zebco rod, and he's caught 60-pound fish with it.
And so that same setup, I think I went out to Walmart and bought that same setup it's been 5 years ago, and we used to do a lot of creek fishing.
Mm-hmm.
I caught a massive turtle on that rod. That old rod was bent, man. I thought I had me a monster. I did, but it was a turtle.
And I really think we got lake fishing in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. I really think the biggest difference is as you start going up, like most of the Walmart combos you're going to get, a lot of the cheaper combos just are not going to be rated for casting. The biggest difference is not going to be rated for casting out the heavier weights and baits that we use. And I think when you start moving up in the quality of the rod, that's the biggest difference. Is it just makes it easier to cast. It makes it a little easier to control the fish. They have a little bit better backbone, I guess you would say. And you know, that's what I've noticed, and how that really that's the big difference in it.
And to touch on that a little bit, these tangling with catfish caught my eye also because there's some days that we will drift with a 10 or a 12 ounce. We'll have a Kentucky rig where it's got the double hook, and we always put the weight on the bottom of that. With it having two big baits on it, it's more likely to flip up in the current. So we'll put a 10 or a 12 ounce, and that tangling catfish, they just won't bend down as far. They just hold it better.
Yeah. So that's the big, the things that we were just talking about. That's the big differences with moving up into the other rods. Let's see, Ugly Dog Lures. I bought my first lure setup yesterday. I've always used ugly sticks. Hey, the world record's caught on an ugly stick. So there is, ugly sticks are pretty much not going to let you down. We have the ugly sticks.
I've always been an Abu Garcia guy, but I've got a couple of those Ming Yang reels. I got one Slime Cat reel, and I'm gonna order some of those PC Fun reels just to try them out.
Try them out, yeah.
I mean, because if I could buy one reel for $70 and it lasts me 2 years, that's fine by me. That's fine by me.
The Abus are awesome reels. The right ones, anyhow. The ones from Sweden and the Abu has two different kind of reels out there, but Stand 3 got a Abu Pro Rocket from Paint and Services by Steve, and that thing is smooth. It casts the farthest. But that's a $200 or $300 reel.
Yeah, I went and bought I bought a 5600 Abu C4. Got the thumb bar on it. It's real pretty blue. I sent it to Pipeline Tackle and had them, just go through it, redo everything since I bought it used. First trip out, I threw the thing in the river. We tried to snag that thing for an hour and a half, and we just couldn't do it. Whoa.
And that's
there's a pleasure boat. Man, I thought he was sinking. Holy crap. He didn't have his trim down, and he was riding in the water like this. Holy crap. I was going to go down there and see if they needed help. Holy crap. Man, that scared me. I thought he was really going down.
Well, and speaking of Steve, there's Paint and Service by Steve came in the house. Thank you. Steve Austin is here. Welcome, Steve Austin. Great to see everybody. 36 people.
Stan, I appreciate you letting me come on. I'm just about to the boat ramp.
All right.
I might pull up and do this one more time, and then I'm gonna get my butt to the house.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and doing some live fishing here for us. I always like to, even if I'm not fishing, I love having somebody else on stream that is. So thank you for that. I appreciate you passing on the information and answering questions. And, I love what you do, so keep it going. And
all right, I appreciate it. I'll see you, everybody.
See you all later. Carl Page in the house. Tony Harrison, it was great to see you yesterday at the meet and greet there in DC. It's always great to put a face to a name. And my brother Has Life, how's it going? So we just had Bumpin' Mike Greenwell put a couple of fish up on the stream for us. John Boy's Catfishing. My personal blue cat, 30.5 pound, was caught on a Zebco glow stick spinning reel. Yep. Be afraid to use that expensive reel on a kayak. Don't want to lose it. Yeah, that's and you do enough river fishing, you are going to lose You are going to lose some tackle, some rods. Lake fishing. All right, got to wish me and River Fisher good luck. Well, good luck. I hope you catch the fish of your dreams. Yeah, so Rebecca, did you? I think you answered. You didn't even sleep. Stanizilla, Stanorama. Thank you, thank you. And that was actually I really enjoyed seeing that, Tony. Tony has the can't remember the name of it, but it was the bank, the monster rod holders, the bank version of it where you stick it in and it's got it's got like the T-bar with the 3 monster rod holders on it. That definitely was sharp looking. Dave G is in the house. Good morning, good morning. Not yet, but I will when I start to get sleepy. All right. Well, I know you've been on panel talking for a couple straight days. So. Yes, Cody, I do. I am definitely experiencing the fishing withdrawals. Still got some things we're taking care of at the house, so I will, by Wednesday, that stuff will be done. So I might just try to get out this week sometime. I definitely need to feel that rod bend. Thank you, George. Appreciate you and Becca doing the links, and that's always, I really enjoy that. Gonna start me a Go Fish Me account. So it's 10 to 11. We're gonna jump out of here in about 10 minutes. And I know Has said that they're going to be doing another one coming up in a couple months out there, DC. So I am going to make it to that one. Looked like they had too much fun. Uncle Jeep in Virginia, we can use whatever rods we can handle. So if we want to put 10 rods, we can put 10 rods out there. A lot of states, it's 2 or 3 rods, and then they'll from the bank. Then they'll have different numbers from a boat. Got Wayne Houston in the house. Welcome, welcome. For those just coming in, we had Bumpin' Mike Greenwell was out fishing the Ohio River. He managed to put a couple of nice channel cats up on the boat for us. Yeah, only used 2 in Arizona. Yep, New York was the same way. TSGA Tom, how's it going? Good morning, all. Just stopping by for a thumbs up. Have a great day, everybody. Yes, I wish everybody a great day. Always wish that for everybody. Go Fish Me. Does that mean we need to hook you, Mr. Ernie? 10-aught hook, 8-aught? Boom, boom, boom. James, thank you so much. Have a good day, Stan. I will. And for before I forget it, we got Sunday afternoons. There's Randall. How's it going, Randall? Great to see you. That's right. Boom, 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 boom. I may have to come up with something besides the boom, but we're going to go with the boom for now because that's just so much fun. It's there. We got Elston back in the house. Same here in California. Yeah, that's a good thing, especially for people just starting out. Always check what the regulations are in your area because it's just not worth taking the risk on having an extra rod out there that you're not allowed. The fines are just not worth it. So Same thing with baits. Some states can be real picky on baits, and they'll have some strange rules. Some states you can use cut bait. Other states you can't. Some states you can use gill nets. You can use the cast nets. Other areas you can't use cast nets. So always, anything you see on any of the channels, before you use it in your state, check the regulations. Call the department if you need to. If you need to get clarification and you can't find it in the book or online, call and ask them. That's a good way to make sure. Let's see. I think I saw Jesse Lopez come in. Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate you dropping Jesse's link. And for anybody that needs prayer or just wants to come in, Eric Burnside channel at 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. Eric Burnside channel, 2 p.m. Sunday afternoons, is the Bible study. Read a couple chapters and talk with people. So anybody needing any special prayers, just show up over there at 2 o'clock. Wild Turkey's in the house. Good morning, good morning. Anglerholics Fishing Outdoors. And Anglerholics Fishing and Outdoors Adventures with James and Lizabella Kirkpatrick. Thank you, George. Appreciate you putting that up. Carl Page, I'm off, guys. Wishing you good wishes and tight lines for the next trips y'all do. Well, thank you very much. Jesse Lopez. Hulk smash that like button. PSA, I am not responsible for any damage done to you or the phone. Hulk smash your phone at your own risk. And as always, thank you. Have a nice day. And let's go! James says, Jesse, I was waiting for that. That's right. Please, if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, if you like what we do, please hit the thumbs up button. Truly means a lot. I will be getting back out of here. When you're going to remodel a room into your fishing paradise. Well, that has been in the works and taken away and in the works and taken away. So family is family. So, but we can start knocking out the walls ASAP. Walmart combo for the win. Yeah, now, John Boy, I'm cutting out here in just a minute. Hope you enjoy the service. Hope the sermon goes well. Tight lines, everybody, and God bless. Same to you, my friend. Thank you. That's right, the Walmart combos, nothing wrong with them. They will work, and you can catch some fish with them. Took Chrissy to church, seen 2 turkey on the hill. Good signs for fall. Yeah, when you're seeing turkeys out. J Fox Hunter in the house. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for dropping the links. Everybody doing good. All right. Well, if Douglas Fletcher just coming in, and we are just going to be going out. Thank you for stopping in. That's right. It's August now. 8/1, 8/1/21. Uncle Jeep, you want to come build a whole cabin? Fall, that don't come in Texas for another 6 months. I think like that here too in Virginia sometimes. It gets hot here. Even though we are a little further up north. But it's 11 o'clock. We're gonna jump on out of here. I will be out fishing next weekend. Next stand day, I will be on the water. I cannot take this anymore. Casters, fishing whales. Stay in love from Wales, bud. I appreciate it. Much love right back to you. Thank you, thank you. Ernie Brown, thank you for the live, brother. Always great to see you, even though you're on Chrissy's side. Well, she's not feeling well, you know, Ernie. I gotta try to brighten up the spirits a little bit. You know, you and I are always tight. Realville Catfishing. Have a good one. Thank you, thank you. That's right. Everybody have a blessed day. Much love to everybody. Shh, you're gonna make it storm. Thomas Garrett just coming in, and we're just jumping out. Thomas, great to see you. Uncle Jeep, your comments, your support means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always awesome to see you too, and everybody. It's you know, I've said it a bunch of times, and it's just amazing what y'all have done for me, and this family has, and YouTube is just it's totally changed my life, saved my life. So I owe everybody so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody needs anything, my email twostandsfishing@gmail.com, or friend me on Facebook. Always willing to talk, listen, whatever y'all need. Great hearing from everybody. Thank you so much. We're jumping out of here. Y'all have a great day. I'll be on Eric Burnside channel at 2 p.m. with the Bible study. We'll see y'all later.